Hey Google, what is a quarter-life crisis?
A quarter-life crisis is a crisis involving anxiety over the direction and quality of one's life.
Hey Google, how do I cure it?
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that yet.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, about a year to be exact. Anyways, let's not dwell on that too much. I am back. I've got so many exciting things planned for my channel this year, but before I start creating and uploading all of that, I thought it makes sense for me to do a bit of a life update, where I've been, what I've been up to, what's going on with my life. So as per the title, I chose that title, Am I Having a Midlife Crisis? Because that's the only way to really explain my 2019. Not much happened, everything's pretty much the same in my life, but the only thing that's been quite different is like up here and in here. I've just been a bit all over the place. The best way to describe my year has been like that girl in a TikTok who's like, and it's been difficult because, you know, you
walk out the door, you see someone that you know and they ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
But fear not, 2020 has started off well so far, and I'm slowly sort of coming out of the funk, thank you God. So I thought I'd just make this video and I'll kind of go through the symptoms of my quarter-life crisis, and then I'll kind of explain to you what I'm doing this year or what I have been doing and what I plan on doing to get through it. And then that will pretty much be the update complete, and then we can look forward to all the good stuff that I have planned for this channel. So yeah, let us get into this video. So I'll premise this by saying everything in my life is good on paper. I really shouldn't have and don't have much to complain about. There's my marriage is still going great. He's great, my husband's great, marriage is fun.
It's getting all boring. I'm taking your missus. Nah brother, I'm joking. What if that D stay preying? I stepped in looking all cozy. My girl with a back looks lovely.
Work is on paper is fine. I'm doing quite well, actually getting good feedback, good results, etc. Financially, we are good. We've got a budget sheet. Hopefully we can buy a house one day. With my family, things are good. And with my friends, things are fine. I think the fact that everything is good on paper, but then still inside I'm feeling a bit troubled, I think is the first symptom that something's going on. And the second thing I think that I noticed last year was that I was losing my creativity. It almost feels like my creative juices have not been flowing and the ideas haven't been coming out. Even at work, obviously, well, some of you might know I work in marketing and you have to be quite creative, but when I had to produce ideas, the ideas were just not flowing. Another thing that I wouldn't say it crept up, it's something that I probably dealt with as far as I can remember really, but it heightened a lot in 2019 was my anxiety, or like feelings of being anxious. I don't like saying I have anxiety, but feeling anxious. But that is just another story for another video. Also, I felt a sort of physical decline, constantly being tired. I mean, there are other reasons for that, like I'm a little bit anemic and stuff like that. But yeah, feeling tired, not having the motivation to sort of get up and do stuff. I've gained weight, which, boy, anyways. And just physically not feeling myself, having a lot of chest pains and aches, just yeah, not feeling physically great last year. All of that combined, but the main thing being just how I sort of felt, like Google's definition, kind of lost and not sure where I want to go. My mind was all over the place, and so there are things that I am doing and I'm going to do to sort of combat that, and I'll explain a bit of that because that will probably most likely form the basis of the videos that I do going forward, because I want this channel to be more lifestyle based, and I'm going to talk about issues that we face and find fun and creative ways to discuss things that we all go through and that I'm going through with my life. So the first thing that I found has really helped me is just understanding myself and understanding my triggers, particularly when it comes to feelings of anxiety. Knowing what triggers it, or knowing what triggers me to sort of feel low or feel down, has really helped me with that. So for example, for me, a big trigger is not being organised. If I wake up one day, I'm not organised and I'm rushing into work, I will feel anxious, and I know that. So I know for myself, I might have to do more than someone else to prepare for the day or the week or an event or something that's happening. The second thing for me is not socialising. It's weird because I'm such a homebody. I love being at home, but at the same time, if I don't leave my house, I don't socialise for a certain amount of time, I will definitely feel it, and I'll definitely feel down. I'm an extrovert, I think, by definition, just because I get my energy from other people, but at the same time, I'm a bit lazy, so I don't really like to go out that often, but when I'm out, I like it. Does that make sense? So making more of an effort to actually see my friends and stuff like that. Another thing that triggers me is a feeling of not being productive. So again, this is a bit of a contradiction, because like I said, I do, like, my natural nature is to be a bit lazy and just to like lie around and do nothing. But when I do that, I feel awful because I'm like, I've wasted the day, haven't done anything. So trying to do something productive during the day really does help me. But then on the flip side, I know another trigger is when I overkill on the to-do list. So doing too much, or for the sake of wanting to be productive and having a list of 1,000 things I need to do that day, is also a big trigger for me. So trying to find a balance between being productive but not setting myself up for failure by making an unrealistic to-do list. So another thing I'm doing, aside from noticing figuring out my triggers and trying to deal with those, is practicing silence and solitude and letting my mind be idle. So hear me out. I feel like one of the reasons why I feel as though my creativity is kind of gone is because my mind is actually never idle. Now, this is something I've sort of come to realise towards the end of last year, but I'm always occupied, and I think a lot of us are, especially now that we're living in a time where we have our phones and we have social media and we've got like a plethora of things to entertain us and occupy our minds 24/7. I realise that my mind is never still. So I'd be washing up and I'm listening to a podcast or watching a show or watching a YouTube video. I'm walking to the train station, I've got something in my ear. I'm on the train, I'm doing something on my phone. I'm constantly either on my phone, watching something, listening to something. My brain was always occupied. And what I found very recently is that when I practice silence, it's very weird at first, but it's just great. Like, so for example, when I'm washing up now, or if I'm tidying up, or if I'm walking somewhere, or even if I'm on the train, I try to not have my phone on me, not have anything on, not have anything in my ears, and I realise that my mind flows so nicely and I'm constantly coming up with ideas. It's also scary because I realise that when my mind is idle, then my thoughts sort of come alive and I start to get somewhat anxious because I'll start to think about things that maybe I've been putting off or ignoring, or trying to distract myself with other things instead of thinking about the thing that needs to be thought about. Makes sense? I hope that this will develop into like more of a spiritual practice of silence and solitude, where I'm silent and not doing anything and using it as a time of sort of prayer and worship and stuff like that. Another thing that I plan on doing this year is speaking to a professional because, like I said, I've got a lot of things in my mind. I've also struggled to talk about what I'm going through because I don't really understand it, and so like someone with good intention will ask me what's wrong and try to help me, but when I can't explain it, it frustrates me, and then it's like, this is getting us nowhere. So I'm going to be speaking to someone about that this year. I've already sort of started making plans, and yeah, I'm confident that that will help me to sort of manage what's going on in my brain. Another thing, which is probably pretty obvious because everybody says it helps when you're feeling any type of way, is exercise. I have not exercised much in 2019, I'll be honest with ya. But this year and sort of towards the end of last year, I'm really trying to get back into it. I do definitely feel better afterwards. And of course, my waist will be a cutie.
Your waist is guilty.
But when I do exercise, one thing that happens is I definitely feel like my day is off to a productive start, or finishing off in a productive way. And then of course, all the endorphins and all the science, blah, 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 that helps. Another thing alongside exercising is trying to eat right. So as well as knowing my emotional and mental triggers, also understanding my physical triggers, and there's something, unfortunately, I need to be careful with because I've realised that they don't sit right with me. Sugar, which is my favourite food group, being the main one. But yeah, really trying to watch what I eat because apparently that affects your brain too. Another thing I've been trying to do is play more. And so Keith is really good at this. Keith will work hard Monday to Friday and he'll come home at the weekend or in the evening and he will decide that he's not doing anything that day and he's just having like a playful day where he might play a PlayStation or whatever he's doing. And I struggle with that a lot. If I spent the whole day at home doing nothing or doing something fun, I feel guilty, which is really weird. So making time to play and I guess in the same sense intentional rest is going to be key for me this year. I've rediscovered The Sims 4. It's addictive but it's fun, and as long as I don't like spend all day on it, which I have in the past, yeah, I'm just going to spend more time playing and resting. Kind of on the same line as that is being creative just for creativity's sake. I feel like that's something that I've lost, so I'm really trying to do creative things and just for the sake of it, because for some reason my mind always goes to like, okay, what's this going to achieve? What's the purpose of this? Where's this going to take me? Is it going to make me money? Is it going to help my future? Blah blah blah, which is good, but also sometimes just do stuff for the sake of doing it without thinking about where this is going. So art is something that I hadn't done in ages, even though it was like my favourite thing back when I was younger. So I went and got some paintbrushes and paints, and I've been painting and I love it. It's so good, and like remembering that, oh yeah, I'm good at this is a nice feeling, and I'm not thinking about where this is going long term. I'm literally just doing it for the sake of giving my brain a rest, but also helping my creativity flourish. And I guess the final thing I want to do more this year, the final and most important thing, is work on my sort of spiritual life and my spiritual growth. Definitely something I felt wasn't in the best place last year. It's kind of like Paul in Romans, where he talks about he doesn't understand because he does what he hates and doesn't do what he wants to do, which is obviously reassuring because it explains that it's kind of like a evidence of his faith. But it's still frustrating because I know the right thing to do and I know what I want to do, but I don't do it. I know I need to spend time with God daily for my own sake. When I don't spend time with him, I feel it, and yet the pattern is I don't do it. So that's definitely something I need to focus on more this year. That's always going to be the number one thing. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So all in all, guys, I'm good. Hope I didn't worry anyone. I did at one point Google, am I depressed? And I'm not, FYI. But yeah, I'm good. I hope you guys are all good. And I hope you're looking forward to the videos I have prepared for you guys. I'm going to try not to upload this video until I actually have the other videos ready, because I can't come and embarrass myself again by telling you I have videos and I don't. But yeah, I've got exciting stuff. If you guys have any ideas of what you want me to do more of, please let me know, because I will be taking it into consideration. I probably won't be doing hair fashion videos. One, because I ain't got all hair, and two, I just want to move in a different direction. But if there's anything that you want to see from me in particular, any topics you want me to discuss, please leave a comment down below and I will see what I can do. Anyways, please like, comment and subscribe if you're not. Share the video. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Camera's too far.